Welcome to this Energy Quick Chat, where we rub minds with stakeholders and players in the energy market. The Ugandan government has said efforts to increase security and efficiency of supply of petroleum products are in advanced stages to allow imports into the country. Meanwhile, Uganda National Oil Company was expected to commence importation this January, but a lawsuit challenging its license by Kenya has put that on hold. To make sense of this and other conversations in the downstream sector is my guest, Patience Ayo Inyakito. Talk to me about the current market for petroleum products in Uganda vis-a-vis the role with neighboring Kenya. Patience.
Hello, Justina. Thanks for having me. Speaking about the Ugandan petroleum products market, Uganda currently consumes an average of 200 million liters a month of white products. That's petrol, diesel, kerosene, and jet A1. So this translates to about 2.5 billion liters in a year. And the market has also grown substantially at an average of 7% over the last 5 years. Now, looking at Ugandan market, Uganda in itself is a landlocked country. So we depend a lot on our neighboring countries for petroleum products importation. So we do not have access to the sea. So we use the infrastructure and the logistics provided by our neighboring countries to access the products that come into our country. So 90% of this product is actually coming from our neighbors, Kenya, and then about 10% of the product comes through Tanzania. So at the moment, Uganda is involved, accesses its product through the OTS or the G2G arrangement in Kenya. So we purchase our products from oil marketing companies that are in Kenya. And then we also do the same in Tanzania through the BPS system. And we access our product through, we purchase it through oil marketing companies that are in Tanzania. So also looking at Ugandan market, it's a liberalized economy. So there are very little barriers to entry into this market. So the competition is high. We have very many players coming into the market because of how lucrative the business is, because there's not so much strict barriers to entry. But also it means that players in the market are able to set their own prices. The prices are not regulated by the government. Players are able to set their own prices in the market. So this, because of the competition, you'll find players would want to have a competitive edge over the others. So the product market is very competitive. And because of that, we are able to have competitive prices on the market because the players will, the customer looks at who is able to give me the product at a better price. And that's the person that they will usually go for. Yeah.
Now, looking at Uganda, looking at oil production for 2025 as a commencement, what impact would this have on petrol products markets in the region?
At the moment, Uganda relies entirely 100% on imported petroleum products. So we get our product through the Middle East. That's players like ADNOC, like ENOC in UAE. So what production in 2025 means for Uganda, it means that we are able to cut down on the imported products into the country. It means we are able to rely on our own products that are produced within the country. Recently, the minister also announced that we were able to get an investor from UAE into the refinery. So it means that once production commences in 2025, then we'll be, the refinery also comes on board. It means we shall be able to produce our own oil and then refine it, which means that we shall have a product which will need demand. And the Ugandan markets, like I mentioned earlier, we consume about 200 million liters a month. So we'll be able to cut down on our importation and be able to rely on products that are produced locally within the country. But this also means that infrastructure has to be developed to support this. So we'll be seeing many storage facilities coming on board to be able to support this produced oil, because we'll need to store it and be able to export it or consume it within the country. So we'll see the development of the pipeline, the development of the refinery. It will also support development of storage facilities where we'll be able to access this product. This also means that we may be able to compete on a global spectrum, because that means we can, instead of importing products from Kenya and Tanzania, we'd probably be able to sell to them the product that has been produced within our country. And this could also mean that we are able to come up with more competitive prices, because we cut out the logistical challenges that we've been having. Because to be able to access this product through Kenya and Tanzania, we have to pay for the infrastructure that we are using. But if we have it in-house within the country, and then we also have our own storage facilities, it means we are able to cut down on the costs that we've been incurring, and this would mean we'd have competitive prices for the final consumer of the product on the market.
Now, it's interesting that you spoke about the minister's speech just a few days ago, where she spoke about bulk oil supply into Uganda by Vitol Energy. So will we be seeing any significant changes in pricing, product availability, or competition, as you mentioned?
Maybe I'll address one at a time. I'll start with pricing, the impact of bulk supply on pricing. Sure. Uganda in itself is a liberal market. We do not have regulations on how much the product is supposed to be priced at the pump for the final consumer to access. So the bulk supply may not necessarily impact the price, because the players, the oil marketing companies, are still free to price their products to the final consumer. However, the bulk supply then means our oil marketing companies are able to access this product at a cheaper cost. Looking at the arrangement today where we access the products through BPS and OTS, it means that we are able to, it means that at the moment we are impacted by the margins that are introduced by the middlemen. I call them middlemen because they're looking at the arrangement between Vitol and Uganda National Oil Company. Vitol will be accessing the product directly from refiners and then bringing the product to Uganda. It means that the arrangement that we had initially, for example, in Kenya, where the OTS or the G2G accesses the product from the refiners and then adds their own margin, sells to the oil marketing companies in Kenya, who then add their own margin and then sell the product to the Ugandan oil marketing companies. So we shall not be having these margins or premiums that are added into that product, which means that the oil marketing company in Uganda is then able to access this product at a much cheaper cost. But when it comes to pricing it to the final consumer, the oil marketing companies still have to put their own margin. They have to be able to set prices that still keep them competitive in the market. So the bulk supply will have an impact on the cost of product, but not necessarily on the price of product to the consumer, because the market is still liberalized. The government is not regulating prices. Looking at product availability, I believe the bulk supply arrangement will be able to help with product availability. And this is how. Today, because we access our product through the G2G system in Kenya and the BPS system in Tanzania, it means that these countries will prioritize the product requirement of their own market. It means that what remains then is what comes to Uganda. It means that there are circumstances where we are, as Uganda, as the Ugandan market, we are unable to receive our full requirement because the different countries through which we access our products have prioritized their own markets. Now, with the bulk supply, it means that we access our full requirement through Vitol and the Uganda National Oil Company. So that means that the Uganda National Oil Company then has to make sure that the Ugandan market has its full requirement of 200 million liters in a month or more, because we expect the market to grow. So it means that we'll be able to access our full requirement, which makes it easy for us to have product availability within the country. Yeah.
Okay. So do you foresee any changes in regulations and policies related to the products market in the future, considering the increase in activities in that sector?
Okay. I would say the first, you mentioned about the first policy that has just been changed. That is the Petroleum Supply Act of 2008 that was then amended as a 2023 to allow the Uganda National Oil Company become the sole importer of product into the Ugandan market. Now, I do not foresee the government making any more changes into the regulation because this means that for an economy that is liberal, having an impact or a change on regulation in the product, petroleum products, means you would have to make changes to so many other things in the country, which I don't foresee, because the petroleum market, fuel generally drives the economy. When fuel prices go up, it means everything else, other utilities, consumer products, their prices will also go up. It means there is a direct correlation between fuel and then other commodities that are consumed in the country. So making a change that directly impacts petroleum products or fuel means that you would have to make changes to so many other policies, which I don't foresee the government at the moment indulging into. Yeah, because at the moment, everything remains the same as has been on the Ugandan market, except for who imports the product into the country. So in terms of prices, in terms of how the oil marketing companies operate within the country, everything remains the same here.
Thank you so much, Patience Ayo Nyakito. Thank you for sharing those insights about the wider petroleum products market in Uganda. And that's our quick chat on Energy Frontiers. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe to see more videos like this, and follow Frontier Africa Reports across all our social media handles. Bye-bye.